back. Maybe I shouldn't have turned on RTX voice. What crashed the computer? That was a graphics card hang. Um, and I'm pretty sure it's Oculus. But I'm back. Hello. Keck. Welcome back. Thank you, Junie. Thank you. How much did we lose? Okay, good. Just the initial sketch of Zen. Easy enough to bring back. Harass your GPU. I will. I will. I do. And that's why it's upset with me. Oh. All right. So let's go back in and we're going to start on Zen round 2. You could have one of the other characters hold up a phone with the mech FaceTiming towards the computer screen. Just what, put him in like a little bubble, basically. The phone. Draw me like one of your mech dragons. Hello, Dr. PPK. Hey, what happened with the previous stream? I crashed. My computer crashed, unfortunately. Um, unfortunately. All right, but we have everything back. French girls, haha, don't you know that quote? I do, I do. All right, so we're gonna draw Zin laughing. Ha ha ha, big dragon laugh. Big old dragon laugh. Oh, it reset all my pen settings though, which is weird. No worries, at least you're back. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Come on, Jack, draw me like one of your mech drakes. Draw me like a protogen furry. Oh, mortal of infinite wisdom. I have come to pick your brain with more. Should I post a recording of the issue in the Discord really quick so you can see what I'm looking at? But the 10K request, sketch request didn't crash the stream. Well, depends on the issue. What, I mean, if you can't describe it, then yeah, I would just post a video. But um, whatever seems like less to you. I'm gonna have them kind of turned to the side just a little. Something like this. Something like this. Okay, so that should work decently well. Trying to figure out how to make a blend shape binary. Like just on and off. That may hmm. You'd probably just could just use a driver. You just get a driver for your um thing, but it depends on where you're looking to make it end up. Where are you making a VR chat avatar, or should this just be for an animation in Blender? How do you sculpt a hand? Um, I prefer to use this method called instant duplicating. So I make like a rectangle for the palm, and then I make one finger and I instance duplicate it so that when I do my sculpting on just that one finger, it applies to the rest. I have gone over that in one of my live streams. I don't have a tutorial for it. I should have a tutorial for it. Right now, if you go through some of my older videos when you see me sculpting, you should be able to find um, an example of me doing that. But sculpting hands isn't too bad. I just like using for sculpting, it's all about what's the simplest shape I can make for this one object. I think a lot of the times you're tempted to like push and pull a lump of clay around to try to make the shapes. A lot of times it's a lot easier to just make them smiling and laughing. But yeah, you just want to start small, start simple, build it up there that way. Um, I realized I can just set this up in Unity. I don't need to make this binary in Blender. Yeah, if it's gonna go into Unity, then your animation, how you set up your animator and your animation will determine if it works quickly or not instantly. There we go. The happy Zen. For making hands, I worry about the finger position. So if you are making a character, um, when I make my characters, I use something called an A pose, which is like a T pose, but where their hands are like down at an angle and the hands are kind of a little bit forward. But when you're making your character rig, it doesn't really matter how they're positioned, because your game engine is most likely going to put them into a T pose anyway. At least that's what happens in Unity. Um, so depending on what your final result is, it may not be a concern for you. I do it in T-pose. Gotcha. Then it's a little more straightforward. Everything's just at like 90-degree angles, basically. All right, I think that looks good. Let's go ahead and lower that opacity now. Make a new layer, and we're going to go in for a little bit of detailing. Just clean up some of these shapes here. Can't get too detailed because he's such a large character. We'll have to summarize. But as long as you keep your fingers as separate objects, so sculpting your hand is going to be a lot more difficult if you merge everything together. I would recommend keeping your fingers as separate objects for as long as you can, um, if not all the way until the very end. Yeah, I think that's the only way to go, is keeping them separate. Otherwise, it's way too much. I can't even imagine doing it the other way. That'd be insane. Extreme hard mode. Do 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 do. How do I make him look like he's laughing? Kind of looks like more like he's yawning right now. Bam. All right. Decent. Boom, boom, boom. A boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. One might be the sketchiest out of all of them, just because it's all hard surface shapes. So I think we're gonna have to be a little loosey goosey with some of the details. I think I've said that already, but just in case. Just in case. Also, let me know if I crash again. I keep kind of looking up, half expecting to see the computer frozen again. Also, did you see that Netflix put the entire Nimona movie on YouTube? Oh, interesting. That's pretty cool. Maybe I'll give it a watch then. Shh, don't jinx it. Can't let my computer know that it crashed. As well as Blue Eye Samurai I saw it on YouTube. Interesting. That's odd, right? Is it the whole show? Or wait, is Blue Eyed Samurai a movie? Series. Did they put the whole series on YouTube? It's a stab at Warner Brothers for not releasing Acme versus Coyote. Interesting. That would be fascinating to see how that plays out. Every movie just going to end up on YouTube eventually. Better deal for animation, etc. I'm down for that. I'm down for that. But so did Netflix remove those shows before? Like, were those shows not available on Netflix and that's why they're putting them on YouTube? I'm kind of trying to understand the business side of that because that would be a very interesting precedent to set. Paramount wanted to release the movie in theaters. I see there is episode one. Okay. I'd be surprised if they put the whole show up. But yeah, I mean, Warner Brothers definitely deserves some shame. Shame. It's really sad. They're only hurting themselves by not releasing that movie. I mean, potentially the movie would have been really bad, but who knows? It should have been up to us and the people who worked on it to decide that, not some studio executive looking to get a tax break. Yeah, we'll leave the eye like that. That looks more like happy eye. There we go. The owner of Discovery is doing this. I mean, I'm all for more shows being available to watch. Um, and I think YouTube is going to end up being the like way to go eventually. It's like there's so many movies on YouTube now. It's pretty wild actually. Like in the streaming service battle, it just seems to me like YouTube will eventually just win. That there is no like as soon as Netflix and all these other companies like YouTube kind of wins because they're not profitable. They make their money other ways, whereas other companies can't make their money in the same way. Anyway, funny stuff. Funny stuff. VRC. Everything is on VRC now. Sort of. I thought that were didn't those worlds get shut down? Ugh. There's another. Gotcha. Gotcha. There's always another, and another creeps up in its place. We'll leave that arm. It's too much. Too much to draw. I think we're gonna lower him a little bit too. Maybe I'll put him behind these guys. So yeah, that looks a little bit more natural actually. Put him over here. Just have him off screen. Uh, I don't know. That wasn't that bad. Let's flip it this way. Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right, a little bit messier. There's just a lot of details to add. It's gonna be hard to get it perfect. Happy mech. There are also some other workarounds. Getting the lowdown here. You didn't hear it from me. Wink, wink, winky blinky. Winky, winky blinky. Has anyone ever seen the YouTube channel Britannic? Britannic, something like that. I've heard you into the new movie and chill workaround. Is this just a? Is this entrapment? I feel like the FBI is about to bust down my door. Are you my FBI agents? Senior PH history, oiled up femboys, explain yourself. The oil was already there. This is an X Files episode. What my stream or what you can watch on VR chat. The Femboy X Files episode. Mulder, what are you doing? I thought it was you, Scully. Your stream. Sam was a fem man. What does it mean? I'm scared. Well, good. Good. It is kind of I like that, making an X Files all the way, baby. Sus. Gonna confuse them with confetti. A little sketchier than the others, but it's a little harder to fit him in. There we go. Oh, it looks so happy though. Looks so charming. Don't forget aluminum foil on router. The FBI will never get my internet because I don't get internet. Okay, mural. Let's go ahead and export an image. Can't talk to yourself that way. Dang it. Give me. Don't forget, put your watermark. Oh, it's there. It's there. My signature is in there. And we'll save this one as well. So I have two versions. Okay. All right, let's post this. Gonna go to Twitter. Twitter. And sketch mural. Thank you everyone that redeemed. All right, post it. All right, what are we going to do next? What's next on our list of stuff to do? We need to work on our bat character. But first, I want to look at this. Oh, man, I keep popping my neck. So this says, with our cutting edge 3D AI system, you can transform any video, whether it's a YouTube video, movie, gameplay, anime, family video, VR 180, VR 360, and more into stereoscopic 3D movie like experience. Hello and welcome to a whole new dimension. Maybe Julie come live with plans. Let's start by uploading here. Go to www. How do my pants get blend shaped? Junie, a professional, totally circa 2024. I've never seen anything sadder than a black wallpaper. I've never enjoyed having backgrounds. Never enjoyed having wallpapers. Have you been playing with Comfy UI slash Stable Diffusion? A little bit, a little bit. Not in a while. Not in a while. The um that's better. Won't shake as much. Um Buy for $139. See, I want to see, what does a 3D video look like? Hmm. Can I watch the 3D video in 2D? That's how you film real life. I've invented a 3D to 2D AI powerful workflow. 3D video as in what? Aren't all the clips in that video made with it? So something like, apparently it creates like a depth map. So yeah, it creates stereoscopic perspective, so left and right eyes. But there's no reason for me to do that. I was going to use a video I made in Blender a while back to do that. But if it's just going to do it into both eyes, you can do that in Blender anyway. So I have my camera, and there's a way to make it stereoscopic. Blender stereoscopic render. They have a stereoscopic 360.
Rendering 360-degree stereoscopic 3D images in Blender is easier than you think. And today, I'm going to show you how to do it. At the time of making this video, this technique didn't work with Blender's Eevee render, so we'll be sticking to the tried and true cycle render.
Are all the clips in that video made with it? I think so. That didn't really look that reassuring as the actual function of the app. Yeah, I'm not particularly sold on the company Owl 3D because that looked a little low quality, but this is interesting. This is usually what I spend my weekends doing, by the way. Yes, absolutely. Let me go ahead and post that right now. I'll put it in the Sam channel. As soon as I remember where I put it. Okay. I'll do that one. Files are too powerful. Okay, that one's too big. We'll do the screen grab version. It is charming. It is charming. Sam Badam. Oops, what did I do? It's looking great, Sam. Thank you, Goo. Thank you.
Here, change the type to panorama, set the panorama type to pepper rectangle.
What's up? Go team.
Now ready to render.
How good does this look? Has anyone ever tried a 360 video before? With stereoscopic?
The shading mode to render will show the correct view. Now you might be wondering, why am I looking at this weird shaky 360-degree image? Don't worry. The shakiness is because it's switching between the view from the right eye to the left eye. When you render the image, you'll be presented with a blue and blip image. But fear not, when you save out the image, it will send top-bottom 3D 360 image. Thanks for watching this video. If you're interested in learning more about Blender, please consider subscribing.
All right. Well, I'm interested in that, but it's not what I'm going to spend time on today. I'd love to be able to make more immersive visuals, but I don't think that's actually like VR compatible. It's more just like, it's probably just like how 3D movies felt in the past. All right, so we're going to work on our boy here. This is our rig for our bat guy. I'm a bat guy. Duh. All right, so we're gonna work on our bat guy for an hour or two. I really like to finish him soon because I wanted to have him done earlier in the week, and we just weren't able to get to swing that because I got sick. So disappointing. Disappointing to be sick. I don't want to be sick. Don't get sick then. You're right. Right. I should not. I will do my best to not get sick. Do do do. And get rid of the influence of the tail and wings on the body. We don't want them to move the body at all. Then or the body. It's not moving this chunk. Actually, no. This can have full weight right here. It's fine. Hairstyle showcase. Yeah, I can show off the character's hair in a second. It came out pretty well. It's like a little wispy kind of dealio. Where is my throw? Oh, it crashed. The computer crashed, so we lost that. I'm pretty sure that might be why it crashed, actually. That could be part of it. There you go. Powerful. I'm going to take the hair, select the head, and say Auto Rig Pro, Skin, Bind. I should have selected just the head and the hair bones and then redone that. So I'm going to undo this. Let's get back. And to see this finished. Thank you, Goo. Thank you. Sam, can you throw something at you IRL? Can I throw something at myself IRL? My redeem did not get redeemed. I'm going to throw this small cloth at myself. There we go. Then I'll clean my glasses because it needs it. My power grows. All right, so let's go back in here really quick. I'm going to go to this layer, grab these guys, and these guys, and these guys. Anyone with the hair. And move it to just this layer. Because I don't want to see it on the other layer. I don't even want to see it. Select those. Once again, select these, but this time on skin, we'll say selected bones only. Hello, Mo. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Welcome to the stream. It is going well. We're working on this bat guy right now. Excuse me. We finished this guy recently. Haven't heard back from the client yet on progress, so I'm interested to see what feedback they have. But we're working now on our Luna Wisp, work in progress name. My haptic pancakes might be here in time to set up. Ooh, let's go, Windy. Nice. But here's the colored version. Look at for part of Vibe Night anyway. We're Think about that question. But yeah, look at the color on him. Is that an imp? Pretty much. Pretty much, but look at the wings. They're so flashy. More to do, but it's coming together. I'm actually quite proud of how the textures look. Need to do the eyeballs now. It's so adorable. Thank you, Wendy. Do I wear my glasses while using my VR headset? I do not wear these glasses, but I do wear glasses. In fact, they're already in the headset. This is a very old pair of glasses that I have, and they're really beat up. I don't know. Like, they're actually trashed. But perfect for VR because I trashed them playing VR. So now they're my VR only glasses. If you get into VR tonight, I could test, buddy. Well, thank you. Oh, for this character? Hopefully the rig will be done. Should be done. Perks of being a nerd. I got a lens protector, but my glasses are sadly too big. Yeah, these glasses barely fit into the headset. And I'm glad they barely fit because it reminds me that I should not be wearing them. Because I don't want to wear those into VR. They will scratch. And I don't want them scratched. I want them looking nice and sharp. All right, back to rigging. Texture's looking good. Let's get them rigged. All right. These ones will rig with empty groups and then just set them to the head. It's a lot of bones? Yes. Nothing too crazy. I'm using an add-on called AutoRig Pro, and it generates more bones than I actually use. It's a full control rig generator, like Rigify, if you're familiar. But it gives me a nice little control rig to test things, and just makes my life a little easier. Perks of being a nerd. I did place an order on the Zenny lenses. Pretty excited for them. Zenny lenses. Zenny. Images. Oh, VR prescription lenses for Meta Quest 3. Interesting. That is what I should get though. That is what I should get. For sure. Because yeah. It probably looks so much better too, because it like pulls the vision forward. I'm gonna eat out. I hope to see you on Monday, and peace. Sounds good, Thorn. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your Saturday, and we'll catch you Monday. Bye. Bye, Thorn. All right, time to rig the face. We're missing the eye bones. But when this was moving, I saw the side of the cheek move. More was moving than should have been moving. So when I do this, I can see this move, and I guess that should move. I hope this year I get a Quest 3. Only if you're being good. I want a Quest 3 as well. That would be really nice. And we'll just fill this in a little bit more with influence from the head. So I don't want any of this stuff moving anyway. That should be good. And then when we move this, it should move a little less. Perfect. Okay. A little bit more influence on the nose. Good morning, a Fallout. Hello, welcome. It's afternoon for me now. It's kind of a late stream. So I get one of those because they're official ones meant at Dorses, but there are others that are a bit cheaper as well. Interesting. I didn't realize how inexpensive they were. I was expecting them to be like $200 or something for some reason, but that's actually a reasonable price. And if it's even cheaper, yeah, I mean, it's like one pair of contacts that don't actually wear down. Cool. Terrifying mouth. Terrifying mouth. How's your morning going, Fallout? Yeah, for sure. This is about $10 added in shipping and tax dependent on where you live. And a coupon of 10% for first purchase, but even then a total of 50 to $60 for prescription lenses with anti-glare stuff is a good price, IMO. Yes, definitely. I mean, it just saves your actual headset. Like, if you are wearing glasses, you are damaging your headset. Like that's just how it is. We all wish that wasn't the case. Or everyone wearing glasses wishes that wasn't the case, but that's what's happening. Doing good. Been looking at land prices for future stuff. Interesting. How do you prevent the auto normalize from choosing the wrong bone when doing blur? I do not use auto normalize. I always turn that off. Hey, Chevy Nove 2000, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hello. We're working on getting this character rigged right now. Thank you for coming by. Hope you're having a fantastic Saturday. But yeah, the auto normalize betrays me, Quintly. I very much dislike in having that on. I remember a very painful day not too long ago, just working and working, going, why is everything I'm doing getting undone? And then I realized it's like I would do one thing and then it would be broken elsewhere. It's like, what is happening? That's turning the neck way too much. Turning the neck way too much. I think we'll need not the neck bone though. It should probably be the head or the cheek here. Yeah, I think we'll turn up the cheek influence a little bit more, just so this stuff doesn't deform quite as much. Even if I never end up using the cheekbone. Yeah, I love it sometimes and then hate it when it picks some random bone all the way off. Had a worse experience with it off, but it does seem like it does really weird things sometimes. I just never quite got a grasp of how it's supposed to work. Um, and I really haven't used it since. I've never really picked it up again. Oh yeah, I was learning topology and wondering what you think on tris and quads and n-gons. Um, I think generally you should try to work with only quads as much as you can because it makes it simpler to work with. It makes it simpler to unwrap, simpler to weight paint, um, simpler to just think about how the shapes go through things. I only put tries into something when I know that I just can't quite fit my quad to it. Um, N-gons, I always turn into triangles. So I never have more than a quad, and I'm okay with putting triangles in when I can't actually get the topology to work properly there. But sometimes you need to try here and there. Exactly. Like especially on I probably have it already. But right here, yeah. Exactly. On this character here. Boop. We can see that I moved my desk up while I was sitting. But like I turned this quad into a triangle because it's going to look really weird if it's flat in the way the leg deforms here in the groin. Um, and I think a few other spots, but generally I try to keep everything quads. I think that's probably the only quad or two triangles on it. But at the end of the day, everything turned into triangles. Everything gets turned into triangles inside of Unity anyway. So it just depends. You just want to know how they're going to turn into triangles and control it when it's not doing the thing you want it to do. Triangulating to control folds is important in key places like that. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Just like it's not going to bend right any other way. So I'll add it in. I volunteer to become a triangle. So what I'm going to do here is move this around until we can get a good closed eye. Oh, that looks way better this way. And and then we'll move this influence over too. Try to get that to close up nicely. Eyes can be so tricky. You've got them tricky eyes. All right, that should work. And then we can select this, go to Tool, or AutoRig Pro. Rig, Pose Tools, and set blink pose, and set blink pose for both sides. And now when I close it, it should return to that position. Nice. I always try to have quads, but I was doing it for the first time, body kit bashing, connecting hands from one base to another body, and their edges were way off. Tried for days to figure out a good way to break it down, so I had to have it be tries all around with two quads. Most likely the most ugly thing, but it's on the arm that doesn't move, but wanted opinion on it. I'll end it in the server. Sounds good. Sounds good. That is tricky. That's a little trickier than usually what I'm doing because you're just trying to work with what other people have made. And I think that, it's certainly doable, but obviously, because you did it. But that is a more challenging way to approach it. I would say that that's probably more challenging than a from scratch avatar because it could get, depending on how people set things up, that could make your life really easy or really difficult. As I'm sure you know, because you make edits. All right. Oh, body's looking pretty good. And let me go server, Blender. 13 vertices to 23. Okay. I mean, that is clean. I like that. If you're going to add triangles, this is a very clean way to do it. I think what's really nice about this, the way you've done it here, is that you know how it's going to behave. So, like if you're going to do it this way, that's fine. The only other change you might have been able to do is just have gone the other way, which is dissolved edges instead of adding triangles. So you could have tried dissolving them, but because it's going towards the hand, I'm assuming that would mess up the fingers and make the finger topology difficult. But for what you're doing, I think that's fine. That works totally fine. And it's gonna move very consistently too. Like you put it in a good spot, which is like right in the middle of the arm. If it had been on like the wrist or something, could probably be a little crunchy. Especially if it's mid arm. Exactly, yeah. Because that way it's as much of a stable cylinder as it's gonna get. All right, let's rig the wings. Oh. Yeah, Gladly has a spot where it's solid weight painted, so that ain't moving at all. And I messed and moved it so no shading problems. Yeah, I think that you'll be good. For what you described and what you showed, that's a tough problem, but that's a pretty elegant solution. Um, like that can get super hairy, but I think you did it just fine. Nice. There we go. And then for this one, instead of, I'm just gonna nipple and transfer vertex groups, and then parent it. Oh, good. Don't got much experience in topology, so I don't have 100% confidence in it. So I'm glad. Good, good. I mean, you're on your way. Um, and topology is definitely one of those things where it's like it's all about where it's going and what you want out of it, because like depending on your platform, anyway, there's a lot that goes into it. Um, that could go into it. Nice. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Sounds good. I'll be right back. I'm saying bye to my brother. Get you there. I would expect to do that pretty late. Yeah, like 7:30. Do it. Give them to people. I've got Thin Mints. Delicious Thin Mints. They smell so good. Bye, Joe. DM Portella. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I lured you in with Thin Mints with delicious Girl Scout cookies. Mmm. Mm. Mm. I need some water though. Holy moly! I have a donut for later. Nice, nice. A food donut. Sustenance. Oh, nice. I got chorizo sausages in the fridge from yesterday. I'm excited to eat. Ooh, chorizo. No P. Always happy to see more creatives in here. Absolutely, DM. Let me know if you have any questions. Definitely happy to share what I'm doing. In fact, let me show you the full version. What is the taste of these cookies? Chocolate and mint. Pretty simple. Have you ever had like a Andes mint? It's like a cookie version of that. Big old pretzel from a donut shop. Pretzel donut. But here's the character in Unity. Looking pretty good. We'll probably go back to texturing soon and try to make this edge look a little softer. And maybe give the skin a little bit of bumpiness. That's really cool. Thank you. Thank you. Very pleased with how they're coming out. I'm going to set this to high quality. And maybe trilinear. Oh, yeah. Always set your texture compression to high quality. Makes such a difference. And we'll also change the lighting in the environment to something that's a little bit nicer. Let's say this one. Maybe that one. Something a little more contrast. They look great. You make these for VR chat and stuff. Yes, I do. So most of the time I'm working on client commissions, but this is actually going to be an avatar that I'm selling. Not done yet. Hoping to finish them this weekend. Still a little bit more work to do. They're cool. I like them. I forgot to include the eyeballs. That's okay. We're rigging right now, so we'll get back to texturing in a moment. But yeah, I do this full time. This is my gig. Kind of fell into it about 3 years ago, and slowly been growing, and the channel's growing, which is cool. Thank you for that. Thank you for the follow again. And yeah, I think VR is just such an exciting space to be in. They look pretty good. Yep, that is great full time. Thank you. Tail. Yes. Could use a little bit more resolution though. That's always a bummer when you see this. This little jaggedness needs more resolution. Actually, needs just better weight painting. That's not the resolution. That is the lack of smoothness. So select all the bones. And we'll smooth the heck out of them twice. And now they should, yeah, much nicer. Much nicer. Maybe a little bit more on the tail. Question, by the way. Tail length is nice. Thank you. Ooh, perfect. Question, by the way. Have you looked into other Galman tablets? Can't seem to get the MTake 10K where I live. The M10 6K seems to be available. I believe this is a little bit older, so that's probably basically the same model. I got this one about maybe 5-6 years ago now, so I don't think they sell this one anymore. A buddy was talking to me about a career in 3D in more detail, and he mentioned freelancing for environmental being in high demand. Oh, it is. It is. So what do you think on the other venues for side gigs within the 3D space? It's kind of a tough question because it depends on where you're going. It's all contextual. Within VR chat, things are quite good. There's a growing demand, there's a growing desire, so I think it's a good place to enter if you're looking to do 3D. And as well, world creators also make quite a bit of money. Like avatar creators can make a good chunk of money. World creators can make quite a bit more because it's a lot of work. The one I can get doesn't seem to have the scroll wheel. Interesting. Which I really don't want to be without. I wouldn't say that I use the scroll wheel on this one all that much, but I could certainly see I really should use it, honestly. honestly. um, maybe they have like a slider. If they have something where you slide it instead of a scroll wheel, like a slide wheel, that might be nice. Environmental art is pretty hard to find, and there's always lots of character art creators, but environmental, and that's a fantastic point. Environment's not only harder, but it's a lot more work. So the demand is, and you need environments. You can't have a game, you can't have anything without. So within the 3D space, there are some nice things to target because you always need more. It's like you're always going to need rocks in your game. Like if you're just a rock artist, you could make a crap ton of money because people always need rocks. And not only that, they need new rocks. They need rocks that don't look like the rocks from the previous game. So, there's that. Um, so environment art is just a little bit more grounded, and then with character artists, I'm a rock modeler. And with character artists, you tend to have like it's hard not to have a little bit of style. Like unless you're going for realism, usually the artist's style comes through, which you may not want, or may just be fit it into a certain type of genre. Super stylized, super realistic, Dishonored, etc. Been keeping my options very open within 3D, and to be honest, I really enjoy learning and doing everything very, very far out. I can see myself doing 3D for 50 years down the line and enjoy making a game fully from scratch. This is nice. That's a good goal. That's a very good goal. I'm a cube designer. Design cubes. Link to my Gumroad page. You pay me $100. Download Blender. There's my cube. uh, well, I think that's a great goal, Fallout. What I would say is that if you're in this position right now where you're looking down the line, and I may have said this to you before already, but when I graduated college, it was either you work for an indie studio, you work for yourself, or you work for major studios. Those were your options. And you could freelance in any capacity doing those. But now there's the fourth option, which is platforms. So things like VR chat, Roblox, Fortnite, those things are going to get a lot bigger. If you aren't aware, Dota, uh, a lot of those skins, like Valve doesn't hire people to make those skins. Artists make those skins and they can sell them themselves, and Valve just takes a cut. Um, and I think that kind of like mm, economy is just going to continue to get bigger. And VR chat's a great space to be in if you're looking for a career in 3D. Even though a free light source and can Twitch creators, a lot of people need artists for their channel, etc. That's very good as well. You look at the production value that a lot of streams are getting nowadays, like VTubers especially, where they're basically building full video games inside their stream. Like, man, what is that going to be in 20 years? Platform is the fourth pillar. It's getting big, and I think it'll just get bigger. So instead of trying to apply for a company, it's just you just appeal to people on a platform, and you can make a living that way, which is basically what I'm doing. Actually, let's undo the eye because I need a new eye bone. I need a new eye bone. Anyway, that was a lot of information to throw at you all at once. Fallout. Definitely, all I'll say is if you are looking to get into more of this stuff, you already know the VR chat world. If you have any other questions, always feel free to reach out. I'd be happy to share what I know, and at least point you in the direction of other things you can learn. I.L, and then we'll symmetrize that and put it onto the head bone. Okay. Then we go into Control Tab. I'm going to add 2 constraints to each of the eyes. Rig. Get. L. V. ZX. Now the eyes will move everything, but they're on their own bones. What it's looking like, I'm not going to college and I'll be doing stuff in VRC for a majority and build a portfolio to use for freelancing. Almost everyone I know going to college right now for 3D don't recommend it to me the level I'm at. Connections would be good, but VRC I think is the best to make connections. Absolutely. 100%. And it's all good. I love talking about planning. Good. I love talking about that as well. um, yeah, I mean, you just think about VR chat. It's like, oh, I want to do this thing that really interests me. Where do I find people that are interested in this thing? It's like, oh, I mean, it's kind of a given. VR chat's going to be full of game developers, full of 3D models, full of artists, all that jazz. And there are a lot of connections to make there. I was just reading some tweet about like, oh, I got like my first few jobs all through VR chat and stuff. I was like, wow, that's the future. How long will you be on for tonight, Sam Detter? Probably another hour at the most. The most? I'd love to start streaming a little bit more, but I feel that I'll probably run out of energy sooner rather than later. I think, but I'd love to do some game streams soon. I'm torn. I'm torn. Most likely an hour. Another hour. No guarantees beyond me. All right, let's go to mesh data, grab the body, transfer, and then parent this to the thing. And now it should move with the eyes. It does not. It's because it's on the wrong side. So we'll delete the vertex groups. 0.6, flip it. And flip the normals. Then do the weight again. Now it should work. Nice. Okay. Then I need to squeeze in a workout before bed. Sounds good, Colt. Get that workout in. Hope your thumb's feeling better. Or I know some bone. Hope you're feeling better. But I'll definitely be. You're inspiring me. I'll need to do a workout as well. Wing meet starts in about an hour, though. I won't be on till 6:30 EST. Tends to run late. Thank you for the stream. I will leave a lurky lurk. Thank you. I appreciate that. Have a good one, folks. Sounds good, Colt. Enjoy your evening. See you soon. See you Monday. All right. Rigging is coming together quickly. Look at that. Eyeballs moving. Moving and grooving. Needs a little bit of cleanup, though. Thumb is still broken for another 2 weeks at the very least, but the swelling is down a bit. Anyway, ciao. It's a good call. I hate breaking bones. It's the worst. The worst. Give me my bones back. All right, that should be good. Now we'll just focus on getting it to blend a little bit nicer. Bam. I guess we just grab all the eye bones and smooth them. Gorgeous. Powerful. Beautiful. One thing as I think about, I really want to make Gumroad avatars, but also have a cool thing, make a public avatar within the toggles, link the Gumroad. Have a lot of toggles say pay for clothing, face tracking, etc. But that would be a one-time thing to experiment. I love entrepreneurs trying new and interesting things. We're definitely in a good space for it. Yeah, someone came by my Discord recently. I never actually ended up responding to them, but they recommended that I put some of my paid avatars into VR chat. And at first I didn't think much of it because I was like, I don't, it's a paid product. Why would I put it into VR chat? But I'm getting the feeling that that is the standard way for people to find avatars, which totally makes sense. Um, but it's definitely one of those things that's like, what? I don't know, like, uh, shouldn't. I don't want to give away all my work for free. uh, oh, and one other thing, Blix, absolutely. One thing that I saw recently, if you're talking about Gumroad just came out with their new ability to split a product between Gumroad users, split the revenue from a product between Gumroad users. So you can collaborate very directly with people now. Just fascinating. Um, I think a lot of my free products, I'm now going to put something like to include this in a paid product. Like I'll take 1% of your revenue up to $1. You know, so I'll never make more than $1 from this, but you can include it in your down. Mm. That's a good way to do it. Fallout, really helpful feature. It's so good, especially for the VR chat community. It's honestly, like they looked at the VR chat community and were like, "Holy shit, what an opportunity!" This community really needs this feature. I would be super interested to know how much of Gumroad's net revenue is from just VR chat products. It'd probably be a staggering amount. Am I getting the feeling? Some people do public trial versions. I personally don't do any public stuff for the same reason, though. It's a little tempting, though. Like allowing people to upload as public, as long as they've made a modification, is interesting to spread the avatar around, but I still feel yeah. But the public thing, I think it's a great way to get advertisement, but I feel limiting what the free version gets. Highly recommended, like you said. I did see something recently, some YouTube video. I got a little stain on my shirt. Gross. I can see it. No. Anyway, um, there is a way to put your character together. There's something with the shaders where if someone rips it, it does like turn into a mesh soup. I don't know what that means. I don't know exactly how it works, but that would pretty much alleviate all my concerns with letting people have the avatar publicly. Um, Sam, would it be okay if I use design as yours as a reference for some ideas I have for my mage? Absolutely, absolutely. The design is definitely open for usage. Excuse me. I'm dying. And hey there, Zoom. I'd love to do some collaborations. Definitely some things I'm not as strong with. So splitting the work with someone complementary that never felt possible without hiring like a third party to play treasure or something. Exactly. Now it's just like, oh well, yeah, take it as long as you need working on it, and then once you're done, just we'll split it. It's like, oh yeah, makes sense. You're just it's like the ease of working together is so much. It just opens up so much with that policy. Ripping is so mean. I think every one of my avatars has that installed. Well, apparently they don't even need to see you in VR to take your avatars. They just need your account name. So it's like it's pretty. I bet people are just data mining. Mm, 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 mm-hmm. Unavoidable for sure. There's some furry avatars that would be way more popular if they allowed people to upload public avatars, public versions, like the Nox Dragon. Yeah, it'll be interesting because I think everyone is knows the opportunities are out there, but it's just the same issues. It's like a little hesitant to dip their toes too far into it because it's like you're rewarding a lot of bad behavior. But then you just kind of got to do it too. I guess it's like games. It's like any company releasing a game on Steam. Like they say that the majority of PC players don't pay for their games. The majority of games played, just like for every game played, the majority of the games played are pirated games. I try to never worry about ripping. It will happen, so I just ignore it. won't let it stop me from enjoying work. That is I think that's really the optimistic attitude to take, and probably the route I'll be going as well. I mean, there's not really any other choice, to be honest. And the opportunities are still huge. The opportunities are still huge. Like even if a lot of people rip my avatar, you know, potentially that in the long run nets me more money because more people see my avatar, see my work. I don't know. It's really hard to measure. It doesn't feel very good though. The goofy world we live in. Oop, missed the answer and got a read. Sounds good, Zoom. We'll catch you later. Did Zoom ask a question? Oh, Sam. Oh, sorry. I totally answered that, but let me message you directly. May have been lost in the sauce there. Zoom. All right, one moment, y'all. Products. Wait, where did I put them? Oh, avatars. Okay. Feels so bad when someone tells you they've seen it on a Ripper store. Yeah. Yeah, I remember this really cool bear avatar I made, like a bear knight, and he had like all this intricate armor and stuff. And it was like not even a few days after I gave it to the client was like, "Yep," and someone ripped it. And I was just like, "Ugh!" Like, what do you do about that? You just it stings. You can't help it. It stings. The bees, Justin. The bees. But who knows? Maybe there will eventually be just a better way for things to be bought and sold, or it's like as much as I would love a way to 100% combat rippers, it's like that would be such an odd dynamic to know that you could never have something that what you can have in this online space is so controlled. So I don't know. There's some balance there, and I think there will always be a percentage of ripping and pirating and stuff. Interesting. You don't have the teeth painted all one bit. So the advantage with this is when you do like the ah expression, like oh, um, a lot of times those get mixed with like any other mouth open expression, like if we've like a shock ah and then an ah. So they're in the shocked expression and they say ah at the same time. Then sometimes the cheeks will suck in so much um, that the teeth pop out. So one thing you can do is just move the teeth in on certain expressions, and that's pretty nice because then the front teeth don't move, but the sides of the teeth can come in, and um, one thing I saw in a some sort of animation documentary or something recently was like they really move the teeth around a lot in animation, and it doesn't seem like it when you're watching, especially like The Incredibles stuff like that. Like the teeth are really they're moving all over the place, but you don't think about it at all because it looks good. Also, I really love this version of the character. Tiny teeth, big eyes. Tiny teeth, big eyes. Oh, I think that's all the rigging for now. Oh, no, just the tongue. Tongue, eyes. I made the eye bones, but I never rigged them. It would be awful if they did. Yeah. They'd be poking through all the time. Mm, 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 mm. I love cookies. Mm-mm-mm. Give me sugar. Oh, in sculpt mode, I want pose mode. And now the eyes should move around. They are. Perfect. Almost there. Now it's time for the tongue. Empty groups. Back to the weight painting. But yeah, I think not to keep going back to this, but I think if you're a Fallout, you're like talking about doing a career in the video game industry, it will be very interesting to see what that even means in a few years with the way AI is going, with the way these collaborative platforms are going. Like it could be that platforms are really the just where video games happen. It's like it's not even about um video game companies as much anymore. It's just everything's on like some sort of platform that everyone shares. Like imagine Steam VR starts introducing VR avatars, and you could play in VR any Steam game in VR with your virtual buddies. You could do that in VR chat right now. But if Steam starts bringing that out, and you can start putting virtual objects into like your Steam home, bring your buddies into Steam VR, you kind of can. That's the direction they wanted to go. But if that gets big or some other platform does it really well, I don't even know what the industry looks like in 10, 20 years will be so different. So different. But I definitely one last thing. I really like the sentiment of, oh, like in 50 years or this amount of time, like I'll probably still be working in this field. Like I feel that. I feel that a lot. It's like I like this. I like doing this stuff. And I do look forward to seeing how my career develops over time and what this space will eventually be or become or already is. It's exciting. Exciting place to be. I'm a very enthusiastic person anyway, so it has to come through. All right. So let's go ahead and close that mouth. And now we're just down to the hair. For these two, I will just parent with empty groups and then go into the weight painting. Start with this guy. Go to here. Bam, bam. Great thing to do. The biggest thing is one, doesn't kill your body. Absolutely. It is something where if I go fully hardcore into it and gain much experience, it can be a 6-figure job. Absolutely. 3, our generation might never retire, so it's something we can do until we die. I hope you mean retire in the sense of like longevity. not in the like dystopian we'll never stop working. Because I do agree. I do like that idea as well. We just longevity wise, we end up having very long and rich lives. That's my hope as well. 'Tis my hope as well. Let's go here, open up the FBX file. Ooh, copy that. Blender. LunaWisp, Unity Humanoid, Fix Rig. That should be good. I hope to have a retirement. Well, if I make six figures one day, I guess that's guaranteed. Let's you know, super UBI, universal generous income, UGI, Oogie. Ah, it looks so anime. That's so funny. Ooh, ooh. But it's just the mismatched texture. That's funny. That's so cute. Uh, That's hilarious to me. Are they all? Should no. The eyes should have their own material. Bat eyes. Okay. Um, and let's go ahead and export them in a normal fashion to the Substance Painter folder over eyes. Kind of looks like a cube map far away. Pretty similar. Pretty similar. Just distorted. Ooh, woo. You see little teeth and stuff in there. Okay. Eyes are exported. And let's export this one again. Like so. I believe I should have already introduced the triangulation modifier. There we go. Perfect. Sort of. What the? Why'd these lose their texture? It must be flipping them through this mirror. Yes, so this mirror has the flip on it, which means these can't be joined directly until that's applied. They'll still have the mirror on it. So the wrong mirror mod on it. Nothing to think about. With me, at least, I enjoy making a bunch of products and putting them up for sale. You have like 500 items for sale at the time of 50, really getting really good passive income. Those things won't go out of date, really. I agree. I agree. That's one of my main reasons to pivot to products, is just that as an artist, there aren't a lot of things that I can rely on to like just accumulate value in my life, or wealth, profit, however you want to put it. But as it turns out, uh, Gumroad products are actually pretty good on that front. Um, and I really hope to explore that a little bit further. All right, let's add some fizz bones. But yeah, I think Gumroad products are the way to go. That should be good. Fizzbone. These two will use the wings. Well, I hope in the future, well, VRC is kind of ish getting there, but being able to buy stuff in the VR space. I don't think I love VR chat. I don't think it's gonna be the final destination for VR. it's closer to the promise than a lot of things, but they have kind of built walled themselves in with some decisions. Like the fact that I have to do all this work in Unity instead of in VR. If you haven't checked out Resonite yet, take a look at it. And that I when I was in it the other day, I was like, this is actually what the future of VR is going to be. Not necessarily Resonite, but like the ability to make things in VR while you're hanging out with your friends, that's the future. The ability to like program in VR with your friends, that is the future. Like it's just that it can't be any other way. But VR is super limited in that regard. Big part of the problem is that they're looking to scale up because they have investors. So they're looking at things like Quest and platforms where they kind of can't embrace those things. um, who knows? Maybe that'll change. I would love to see VR chat just straight up take the ideas Resonite's doing and just copy them one to one, like or as close as possible, because Resonite is doing it right. Um, they are doing it right. Yeah, because every time I get in VR chat, it's like I want to do something, but then it's like, well, I've already gone to all the worlds where I like do things, and it's cool. It's this and that, but you're you can feel the bounds of things. You can feel the limits of what's around you, and I think that's a little sad. Um, for now, for now. Ooh, floppy tail, floppy tail. The wings look weird. They're bending too much. I like how the tail looks though. Whippy. Fiercey has not evolved much in the past 5 years, for me at least. I agree. 100% agree. Swoosh. Um, I don't. Tail looks pretty good. Thank you, DM Portella. I'll call you DM. Thank you, DM. The movement seems natural. It does. It does. I like that. Might need a little bit of gravity just because it's so straight, but other than that, it's good. Yeah, it's got the little point. Little you can see the triangle. I see the triangle. That's not bad either, actually. I like that. A little low, but not crazy. Actually, I'll probably just make it adjustable. Yeah, that looks good. Hello. Genre, dev arts, male or female? I think it's more male than female. Definitely kind of an androgynous design. Yes. I will leave that up to the whoever purchases it. Purchases the character. Should say purchases them. It sounds rough. Flip a coin, that's how I do it. All right, the tail. Let's make sure we get all the physics done for the tail before we do anything else. We'll do radius 0.1. Hit it with a curve. Curve like this. Got them curves. I will buy it if you add front a bump. Well, I appreciate that. Maybe we'll make it a slider, one of those adjustable sliders. Something like that. Do you mean a bulge or like a booba? I'll probably do $20. Yes, booba. Oh, well, I think we'll be able to add a booba slider pretty easily. Mm, booba. Booba. Sling blade. All right, that looks good for the slider there. Give it a little bit of stretch and squash motion. Never quite sure what that does, but that's okay. A little lower there. Oh, okay, good. Thought I crashed. Whew, thought I crashed. If I subscribe you 5 subs, how much money do you get? I believe I get like $3 for every sub. It's supposed to be like $5 a sub, so I technically would get would I think I'd get around $15. And I'd certainly appreciate that, but don't want to put any pressure on you to sub. So many boob options are overdone. I go without on the Nova Beast and just leave the chest fluff on. Can the model be $5? I'll probably make it a little $15. I'll probably make it 15 to 20, somewhere in there. I think 20 because I want to add more features as time goes on. I was thinking of doing like a roadmap kind of thing where it's like $15 until X amount of sales or reviews, and then new features get added. The price goes up, but whoever bought it prior gets the new features. Gonna hop off. Dinner is almost here. Will you be on later? Come hang with Durgs. We will get you a nice Nardo bat. Well, thank you, Wendy. We'll see how the night shapes up. I appreciate the invite. And that's the Wings event. Feel free to link me the event if you'd like. Genre devs. So I subscribe and you give me model through Google Drive. I'll send you the Gumroad link, genre. Confetti. Just so y'all know, I don't have VR. You can still play VR chat. Who's sending me with confetti? How dare. Alright, let's copy the Tilson. I'm going to lower these a little bit more. Set the limit angle to 90. Maybe even a little bit more, 120. That should prevent it from flipping all the way around. It would be hell for other gamers. I think you'd have a lot of fun. I love VR. I love VR. It's awesome. A lot of fun to be had. A lot of fun to be had. Pull spring. Do a little bit of angle rotation. 60. Play. These wings working proper. We can play on desktop. You can still give people hell on desktop. The wings look almost like stop motion for some reason. Is that my mouse? It's probably my mouse. Okay. These need a lot more smoothing so we don't get this sharp bend. So less about the... Let's delete all the groups. Go to the wings, weight paint, and bio. There we go. Send a friend request, otherwise just in Morcus's Discord. Not super organized. I can send an invite via DM if you want, but zero pressure. Thank you, Wendy. I appreciate that. For Vibe Night, just check Vibe Night VR on Twitter. Gotcha. Okay, laters. Enjoy your night, Wendy. Thank you for hanging out, and enjoy your weekend as well. If I want VR, I'm getting Index 1. Lamau. Quest 3 is pretty good for your money. Not gonna lie. It's a pretty good option. If you're looking to get into VR. All right, that's better. A little floppier looking, a little smoother looking. Let's try that again. Lamo only 1K. I on a Rift S still. Oh wow, interesting. Um, the Rift. It's so you're a prosumer then. I got the Vive. That was the first one I got. Was the Vive. Still have it. It's actually in the closet right next to me. Um, though I still maybe it's sacrilege to say, but I think that looks really good. Yes. Flippy flappy. Um, I think Meta did a pretty good job with their headsets. As much as people dislike Meta for good reasons. I just haven't been able to upgrade just yet. Not yet. Not much. And we'll go here. In mobile, I'm going to put on a curve, but the other way, like this. Like this. Yes, yeah. If I get VR, I'm becoming a furry. If you've already accepted that, then you're already on your journey. You're homeward bound. If you're in here, that's already happened. It's too late for you. Well, welcome. Welcome, genre. It's not too bad here. Just a little rough. It's a little rough. Oh, all right, too stiff. Pull down the pull and spring. Yeah, that looks a little more flowy. Ooh, I like that. Oh, that's weird. It kind of just go in whichever way they want. That's weird. Hmm. I'll have to do a little bit more control over some of the directions the wings can move. This looks really good right here, though. This motion. Hey, who's hitting me with that? Alright, so I see what it is. It's this bone. It's because it has this smaller bone right here. Maybe I should move the joint to just here. And this part won't bend. So it's giving some really odd motions that I wouldn't expect to see. Because these little nubs. These little nubs. Little nubbins. Let's copy that component. Paste them right here. Make sure it's the right wing. But then actually we want to move it down one wing. Or a wing, sorry. Wing L, wing 2L is what I'm looking for. Let's try this again. See how this goes. It was you! You! Evil! Evil! I have that pattern of popping memorized. Oh yeah, that looks awesome. Oh, I like that a lot. I feel like that looks really charming. I like it a lot. All right, let's do some colliders now. Excuse me. So flowy. It is very flowy. Do something like that. Copy. And for both of them, first. Looks great. Thank you. Wholesome nammers. Wholesome nammers. Nuh-uh. Evil neighbors. Press X to doubt. I'm so fucking evil. All right, let's do the hair now. Hmm. I have me sausage for breakfast. Delicious. Chorizo sausage. That sounds really good. I think the hair moves around too much. We kind of got the top looking a little bubbly, and then the front of it moves quite a bit. You do have a lot of influence there. Let's grab this. I'll sign it. And these ones I don't want to have any influence. Well, on this part of the head. And this one should be kind of pushed back, I think. All right, that should work. All right, I think I'll probably go for another 30 minutes and then we're going to call it. Starting to feel a little tired. And we did kind of we've hit the, oh, we forgot the ears. We've kind of hit a good amount of work. Well, I can get the eyes done. If I get the eyes done, then it'll basically just be uploading after that. All right, we'll work a little bit longer. So close to finished. I might as well stick with it. I'm so prone to that. Like, oh, nah, maybe I'll end. Nah, works for another 2 hours. Am I proud of that or not? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe concern. God damn, this thing is so good. I've never had it before. It's so big. I need another bun to fit. Oh, you don't say. I'll post a pic in general. I better not get in trouble on this on my Discord. I have to do a hand comparison. Powerful. It looks like a little face. Uh, Kill me. It looks delicious, though. I'm getting hungry now. And it's your fault. It's your fault. All right, we'll do that. Pump it a little out there. Add another key here. That should be good. It's a little bit far from this groove. Just smidge smaller. Smidge. $4.50 per pound. I'm happy. Delicious food and cost-effective price. Ears look too floppy. All right, that looks good. And I'm not really sure what the stretch and squish does, but I will add a little bit of it. Base component values. Then we switch the ear. Right over here. We switch to the ear. Then for the hair, we definitely need a limit. Angle limits. A little bit of a mobile. Let's hit play again. And jostle the hair around so we can see how it's behaving. Should look a little better now that we fix the rigging. Yeah. Maybe a little bit more flowy. A little bit more flowy. Yeah, I kind of like that it feels a little almost unnatural. Like flame or some other kind of substance. Yeah, that looks good. Copy. Bam. Paste component values. Boom. All right, let's do the eyes really quick, or at least get the textures started. I'm going to close the VTuber thing because last time I started it and Substance at the same time, I crashed. So we'll leave that alone. And we'll make a backup copy here. We'll call it rigging. Done. Okay. Then we'll open Painter. Oh yeah, I love how that looks. This little soft diamond. It feels like a tattoo. That's cool. I like that. Painter, file, new, select. Copy, open, okay, save, here. Alrighty, save. Let's check our reference image, see what this looks like again. So just a soft color and white iris. Very cool. Maybe just a little bit more saturated. Okay. And we'll call this base. Then on top of this, we'll add a template. Flat, call it iris. And in the fill, we're going to add a squeeze circle, I believe, one of these. And what we'll do is squeeze it. Set it to, I think it's just white. A very soft cream color. Add a filter blur. Set the blur to linear dodge. And we get this nice soft kind of glow effect. Turn off repeat and set the tiling to 0.6 or no, 1.5. Something like that. Okay. Back to here. We made a textures folder. We're going to make another folder in here. Actually, definitely show and explore. Textures, new folder. Luna Wisp Eyes. Damn, I need to watch more of your Substance work. That blows my mind. I love Substance so much. It has some, I have some complaints, but it is very nice to work with. It just speeds up so much. So much stuff. I also need to start doing some fucking tutorials. That would be good. Maybe next weekend I will start my, maybe I'll start doing tutorials on the weekends. Because that would be something I need to do. Help grow me, and people ask for it, so they ask for it. That should be good. We'll do 4K just in case. Save. One thing IDK about it, I have a buddy that bought a whole lot of materials on their site and just gave me all of them. I assume I won't get in trouble for that. You should be fine. You should be fine. I don't think it's a concern. If someone bought it and gave it to you, then that should be yours. Your only concern would be if you're a studio and you made $1 million. Like you have a big studio come out and Substance and go, wow, you used all these materials that are very obviously ours. And like that, then then is a concern. But you should be fine. Those are the kind of people their lawyers are looking at, though. If I get that level, I would buy everything legit. Yeah, I don't think there'd be any reason not to at that point. Tend to avoid pirating tools. I like getting the latest tools just because I'm always I'm a bit of a fan of like the newest features, and I always want the latest stuff. So I don't really have a problem throwing money at it. Um, some people are very averse to it though, which is understandable. Certainly, I don't need more subscriptions. I can say that much for sure. A nice little shadow on the sides of the eyeballs. We'll actually give it so it gets a little bit of the tint of the character. Very cool. I like that. And one more rim light. This one we're going to invert. Tell it to mix the base color. Change the power, make it a little bit smooth. Turn down the sharpness. Nice. Beautiful. Now they've just got a nice sheen to them that it's hard to get otherwise. A little bit less. Very cool. All right, boys, looking good. Now, just need to rig up the whole character soon. We're getting to that point. Or rig the face, I mean. One thing I don't like is that there's this gradient that goes up the wing, but it goes up further here than it does on the wing. There's like this little spot. So I want to get rid of that because see this difference here. I'd like for it to be uniform. Yeah. Okay, let's back painter, but this time, back in a painter, we're gonna do two things. First, emission. I would like the eyes to glow. And we need to make sure that we export it with that. So we need to go to output templates, go to V8, duplicate, and we'll call this Luna with eyes. And we can just get rid of everything but the base and the emission. Emission base. Bam. Save. Okay. Then we go back to our material. I'll put that on the wrong material. Mission map white 1, and we can turn down that strength as much as we want. I'll say use base colors because it looks good. Cool. Very nice. Very satisfying. I got the rim lighting here for the eyes. I want the rim lighting for my This guy. Zero. Base color, rim, texture. Can I not just drop in? That does look good. But we can also add a mask. We already have. Just didn't load. Okay, looks really good. A little belly button. Be nice to have the horns be a little bit softer there. So back to the body. Oh, I just brought his stuff into my project and it lagged me all to hell. How many materials? They're looking out for you. Horn orifice. Horn orifice. Horn. Right about there. And then I also have some, should be a mask for one of the horns. Yep. And we'll say user one. There we go. Save that, export them again. Whoa. Yeah. 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 Much better. Maybe a little too high up. Lower it halfway. So let's say right about there. Zru! Hey! Saying, hey, I see a new fresh baby face and is fresh haircut. It is indeed. Bit of both. Bit of both. I think I must have shaved last night. Baby fresh now. Like a brand new boy. All right, I think that looks dope. That looks dope. Brand new boy. Well, hello, Drew. How's your Saturday going, Drew? What are you up to? You did catch me probably towards the end of this morning's stream, so my apologies there. Probably be ending it just a little bit. Good to see you working on this PC. I am very happy to be putting some time into here. It's been needed. Needed. My friend from high school visited me today. Oh, very cool. That's exciting. It's always good to see old buddies. 30K steps. Wow. Do you guys walk around the Baltic Sea? So cool. Love that. Almost done. I like to clean up some of these edges here. On here and then on the horn too. Just avoid some of those jagged elements. Jagged. Ouch. Jagged elements. We'll actually do normal, fill, move them out according to their I'm glad I noticed that I'm actually grabbing the claws too. I almost broke what I was doing here by not seeing that. Point to Bubbaloo. I keep clicking this I'm not going to adjust them. I'm not going to adjust them. For some reason that was a struggle. I think we'll just leave them. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay. Well, not around it, but next to it. Come on, you can make it around. Gotta get those steps in. Gotta get those steps in. Little steppies. Steppies. Oh, here it is. Pale gradient. That's what I want. Pale gradient. Liking this character. Thank you, DM. Much appreciated. Thank you. I'm enjoying it as well. Join them as well. I keep saying it, but it sounds rude. I don't mean to sound rude. I will be ending the stream in probably like 10 or 5 minutes. Usually stream in the weekends. Sorry about that. I always start talking when when the export starts happening. But so I'll be ending the stream soon. But for anyone new there, DM included, I usually stream every weekday. So my usual schedule is Monday through Friday, just through the week. And I'm very consistent with it. So that's my usual time here. Do you create any concept art, or are you given any of this, or is this an original creation? So this is actually an image I found online of a generative AI. So it's like a copyright-free image that I found, and I was like, I want to turn that into an avatar. So I just kind of took it because it's copyright-free. So the design anyone can feel free to use, but not quite sure how I feel about that. But for now, I'm gonna go with it, and it's a new space to explore. um, Peek back in because I can't DM you. Literally had that conversation earlier in Discord. Oh, funny. The copyright. Well, welcome back, Wendy. To go around, I would have to go all Poland, next to the sea, Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, Russia, Finland, Sweden, and Denmark. Hey, Zru, you gotta believe in yourself, okay? You know, it's just a quick walk. It's just a quick walk. You know, America, this is just like a daily walk, right? Let's see. No, America's this big. And then, yeah, that's a pretty much quite a distance, and it doesn't actually close. So, well, of course it's the sea. Of course it doesn't close. Funny, funny stuff. Wing Meat is likely to just transition to Vibe Night by the time I get back in VR. Gotcha. Okay, let me get your friend request. Because I forgot that I turned off direct messaging in the server because of all the spam. Because of all the spam. Um, and I think I'll probably keep off direct messaging between people that are friends in the server. And that should be a good way to dissuade people from doing it. All right. All right, everyone. It is time for me to call it for now. I'm feeling a little sleepy. But I'm glad you're able to make it, Drew and Wendy and DM. Thank you all for joining me this afternoon. And anyone else that's lurking out there, much love to all of you. I hope you all having an amazing weekend so far. Have a good day. I will DM, and I hope you do the same. For anyone that's new here, again, I'll be back Monday. That's my usual schedule, Monday through Friday. I stream the whole week, and I work on exactly this kind of stuff. So if you like what you're seeing and you want to see more, come on back. Come on back. Thank you for the stream. See you Monday. Sounds good, Namorous. Sounds good, Wendy. Bye, everyone. Bye, Zuru. Enjoy the rest of the weekend, everyone. Have a happy, safe, and productive one. And see you Monday. Bye, everyone. Bye. 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 See you soon.